every pitch that is thrown on this field, the TrackMan system probably gives you 50 different measurements of information. Now, if you give that to the players, like it's over the top for us to digest. You know, the release angle, height, like there's certain things that I think cloud you a little bit more, but there are things like with the spin rates, and if something is an outlier that you're going to see, those are the things we try to give them the info on. Like if the ball has tremendous spin, like a Tommy Vale fastball almost felt like it was climbing on you a little bit, they need to know that. If the breaking ball has excessive spin, like we need them to know that. The video system and being able to pull out every fastball with a runner on second against one of the opponent's pitchers, every pickoff, like there's so much data that, you know, I always tell our coaches, try to keep these scouting report things in a 10-minute block. So if you can condense it to 10 minutes for the pitchers to hear and 10 minutes for our hitters to hear, I think as a coach, you're giving them the right amount of data without, I mean, you could spend 3 hours giving them data. I think it can cloud it. So we try to keep it simple, but yet pull out things that are concrete and stand out. So they go into the game, they know what is kind of normal and what might be something that's a little bit different. And I hope that helps. Well, you know, it's a reflection of how hard the guys have worked, and you know, we've added some players. Like we weren't able to recruit this whole class. Now the transfer guys, we were able to grab those guys. So you step back and say, we have done some things to help grow the program. Like we're not a finished product. Like we've got so many things that we need to get better at. Arguably our two best pitchers are out for the year. Like you're looking at some of the things we've endured, and it's tough, but you do reflect on where you are at the moment, and the guys have tasted what it's like to play well on a consistent basis. You can't just show a glimpse here and there of playing a quality game if you expect to do what we're trying to do and compete for championships. So you're proud of the moment and where you've gotten to, and you recognize it's going to be difficult this weekend and it's going to be difficult next weekend. So you never really come up for air, especially when you're in a situation where you're contending to be in the national discussion. Can't come up for air. It's a constant pitch for pitch grind, and that's how they need to feel. And that kind of keeps you in check. Doesn't mean you're going to win every game, but you hope you dang show up to compete every time. Well, you try to deal with it from day one. You know, if you're having to change what you do because somebody rolls in that runs, you've probably failed to set them up to handle it as it happens naturally. So a lot of it's done on the mound, and we have to be in a good position to be quick to the plate. And our guys are, because every time we scrimmage, we try to run, and we rarely scrimmage without runners on base. We let the guys sometimes start an inning clean, but after that, there's guys out there, and we try to run for two reasons. You know, number one, so your pitcher and defense has to handle it. Number two, so you can steal bases when the time is right for your team. Wish we had a little more raw overall speed on our team. They probably have it. I mean, they got a guy, Usher's hitting 226. It's hard to have 14 base hits and 18 stolen bases. So you can tell how aggressive some of these guys are. And we'll talk about it with our guys, but if they have to change if we have to change what we're doing because of who shows up to play, we've probably come up short in our training for the last year. Dave has done a nice job of throwing, and our pitchers have done a pretty good job of managing the run game and varying what they do. Louisville's still going to run, but I think we've put our guys in a position to at least they're prepared for it without it changing how they feel going through the preparation and, you know, your last practice and then into the game. You don't want to have a panic sense of, who you're playing based on the running game. I don't think we will. Well, I'll tell you now, our bleacher area, like where the kids have sat, it's been pretty neat. And I know this is tough, man. You get to this moment, and I really feel like if we weren't in the COVID world, this place would be jammed up pretty good, Paris, wouldn't it? So the word is out, and our students have responded. I think they enjoy being outside. I feel like the temps and the weather are going to be okay. So I hope they come and they can go over and sit by their dugout and they can have some fun over there. It's fine with me. So no, I'm looking forward to it. You do wish, you wish the stadium was wide open and people in South Bend could come enjoy this, but hopefully the students make up for the lack of the general public.